the word baby. You might think that's insignificant at first. It's not insignificant. Verse 41 and 44. When Elizabeth heard the greeting of Mary, the baby leaped in her womb. Verse 44. For behold, when the sound of your greeting came to my ears, the baby in my womb leaped for joy. Now that word baby is an ordinary word for baby. It has no connotations whatsoever of embryo or zygote or whatever those other words are, fetus. It just means baby. And the way you can know that is by looking at chapter 2, verse 16. And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby, exactly the same word, exactly the same form of the word, brephos, lying in a manger, not in a womb. So, the Christian church has seen in this that what the persons, Jesus and John, were outside the womb, they were already inside the womb. They were a baby. Jesus was the God-man in Mary's womb. When the Holy Spirit came upon Mary and caused her to conceive, what was that? The Holy Spirit is causing her to conceive this is God, zygote, or God-man. This is God moving in there and taking residence, incarnate in the womb of Mary. It's a baby inside, just like it was a baby outside. Jesus in the manger is called a baby. John in the womb is called a baby. That's the assumption behind biblical thinking. Not separate things. Like when it's out, it's baby. When it's in, it's embryo. That's not the way the Bible thinks. And now, science, as it so often does, has made this easier to believe, not harder. Not only do you have ultrasounds, but you have internal ultrasounds. There are photographs that are so spectacular, it absolutely blows your mind away. At 8 weeks, this little baby is sucking his thumb, recoiling from pricking, responding to sound. All the organs are present. The brain is functioning. The heart is pumping. The liver is making blood. The kidneys are cleaning the fluids. There is a fingerprint. And virtually all abortions are done after that. Reason, I got out my little book called Yes Neon, Survival Kit, produced by United Way, that tells horrible things for young people to do. And one of them is, if you need an abortion, don't get it before 6 weeks. It's harder that way. Baby's not discernible enough. So abortionists want later abortions. They don't want to go beyond 13 weeks if they can help it. But between 6 and 13 would be the ideal time to kill the baby because you can see it so clearly and small enough that you can manage it better. So science has enabled us to see that 99% of the little ones who are being chopped in pieces are, if our little daughters saw them, they would think, it looks like a little, what is that? Little baby. That's the first thing, the word baby. Here's the second thing. How did this baby respond to the presence of Jesus and Mary in the womb? Verse 41, when Elizabeth heard the greeting of Mary, the baby leaped in her womb. And in verse 44, Elizabeth interprets that leap. So first there's a leap. Anybody can feel a leap. But now she interprets the leap like this. Behold, when the sound of your greeting came to my ears, the baby in my womb leaped for joy. How'd she know that? She knew it because she was filled with the Holy Spirit. Do you see that? That's Luke's point here. At the end of verse 41, Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit, and she exclaimed. So the point is, the Holy Spirit is awakening and moving Elizabeth to speak about this leap the way she does. This is not her emotional opinion. There's more. If you go back to chapter 1, verses 14 and 15, the angel says to the father of this baby, John the Baptist, his name is Zechariah, he says this, you will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth, for he will be great before the Lord. He's talking about John the Baptist, this little baby in Elizabeth's womb. He will be great before the Lord. He must not drink wine or strong drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even from his mother's womb. So she's not far off when she says that he has the fruit of the Holy Spirit, joy. This baby leaped for joy. This baby is fulfilling the prophecy given to Zechariah that he will be filled with the Holy Spirit from his mother's womb. Now, what are we going to make of this? What do you make of this? A baby leaping for joy and a baby being filled with the Holy Spirit in his mother's womb. Never in the Bible is any animal said to be filled with the Holy Spirit. Goat, donkey. No animal is filled with the Holy Spirit. Nowhere in the Bible is any arm or leg or kidney or skin filled with the Holy Spirit. Tissue is not filled with the Holy Spirit. There's only one being filled with the Holy Spirit. Man. Human beings are filled with the Holy Spirit. Not stuff, wood, fingers. People, souls, spirits are filled with the Holy Spirit. So, what Luke is doing in writing here as an inspired spokesman of Jesus is treating this child like a person. That's what's happening. He's treating him like a person. He uses the word baby, which he uses for Jesus in the manger. He uses the word joy, which is what persons feel, not animals or tissue. He uses the term filled with the Holy Spirit, which is what God does to persons. And the least, let's just say the least we can infer is he's treating him like a person. And so should we. Conclusion. So should we. The beginning of human life is a magnificent thing. It's the work of God in the womb. It's God forming a person in his own image that will live forever with him or in hell. O Bethlehem and beyond, may the Lord grant a joyful, grateful, intense, deep, strong reverence for the beginning of human life. From conception and then all the way to eternity. May you and I